Okay, I think we are back live. Welcome back to members of the public who are watching. We're moving on to item 8, the Pension Fund Administration update. Jenny?
Yeah, hello.
Hello. Sorry to keep you waiting, as ever.
Oh, no, it's fine. So yeah, it's a bit of a short report. It's just the administration for April to June, which we sort of talked about last time, and there is a dip in the service being provided by the LPPA, but it is all due to this change in the administration system. But yeah, has anyone got any questions?
No, I think we were, like, as in, well, it's only 6 weeks or so ago, that we are still confident that the dip is both temporary and on its way to being resolved.
Yeah, I think that's correct. I mean, it's still going to take a bit of time, and we were part of what's known as phase 1 of the move to the new administration system, and phase 2 is going to be starting in October, but hopefully we won't be affected by it, and I'm hoping they've learned a lot of lessons from phase 1, and so it will be a smoother transition for the phase 2 people, which includes Lancashire.
Thank you. Suminder?
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Yeah, no, it's just that I've had a couple of people who are retiring at the end of September, and they haven't until recently had their figures, and they've been the administrator had been informed that they were retiring. So it's, we need to be on their backs all of the time to push up performance, and that's what I wanted to say, which is it's in terms of service delivery, etc. We need to really be pushing the provider to do better.
Yeah, I can assure you that I am.
Yeah. And I also wanted to say thank you to your colleagues, Jenny, because they've been quite helpful in trying to get the information for our members.
Yeah, there have been the odd case. It's not the majority that are being delayed, but there have been some blips, and some things seem to have got lost in the system. I don't know how or why, but as soon as we do become aware of something, we can usually get things moving quite quickly to ensure that payments are made on time.
Thank you very much. Does the panel agree to note the performance of the LPPA?
Agreed.
Agreed. Thank you. Moving on, item 9, responsible investment update. Bridget?
Okay, hello. Nothing new to really report, apart from the fact that we have recently received the update from DLUC on TCFD, how they're going to apply TCFD in the LGPS. And TCFD is the task force for financial disclosure on climate change. So maybe, Alexandra, you might want to update on the TCFD consultation.
Sure, Bridget. So the consultation is open now. The regulation is expected to come into force in April 2023. So basically, the first report you would have to produce during 2024, most likely to be presented at the end of the year. As previously mentioned, it has 4 areas. So basically, governance, strategy, risk management, and metrics. And the aim is to demonstrate that climate risks and opportunities are considered in the investment decision for the fund. It will apply to all LGPS funds, despite of size. So it's different from private sector, where just above 1 billion of assets it will apply, but for LGPS it will apply for everyone. And there will be 4 metrics that will need to be reported total carbon emissions, carbon footprint, data quality, and one Paris-aligned metric. As you probably recall, we have already reviewed those metrics for some of the assets, namely equities and bonds. And we would have to include a Paris-aligned metric on this. And the consultation deadline is the 24th of November. Heijmans will provide their comments on this. But obviously, if you have any inputs, we're more than happy to include them, or you could provide your own, because all LGPS stakeholders can respond. So I think that's basically it. It's just for you to be aware that this is most likely going to be a requirement, and the first report by the end of 2024, most likely.
Thank you. Well, that data, somebody got a device on, that's better. That date's the same date, I think, as our next meeting. So any feedback we wish to put either directly or via Heijmans would have to be done before that. Bridget, would we be likely to want to make our own submission?
Could do.
Well, would there be a benefit in doing so?
Yes, there probably will be a benefit in doing so. And we could also collaborate with London, across London, because sometimes the Society of London Treasurers do a joint response.
Okay, well, perhaps if I can suggest that myself as chair with the vice chair and Councillor Busuttil liaise with you with a view to coordinating an appropriate response in the context of the document that we have in front of us and the briefing we've had from Alessandra. Would that be acceptable to the committee?
Agreed.
Yeah. Just on, thank you very much. And just on the substantive, the one thing worth, I think, drawing attention to is the reference to the submission for the stewardship code, which references achieving by third quarter 2023, which was a discussion about the appropriate date for an application that we had last time. So just to highlight to the panel that we've moved forward on that with a view to that specific date. With that exception is not exception, with those additions, do we note the report and its recommendations?
Yes.
Yep.
Agreed. Yeah.
Great.
Thank you very much. You've noticed the lights have gone out behind me. I have to move to bring them back on. Item 10, the pension fund performance monitor update. As ever, these are appendices with confidential information. So if a panel member wants to make reference to any of that information, they need to indicate so that we can take ourselves out of public session. It's only a few weeks since the last report, so it's not a normal full scale one. But Bridget, anything you'd like to bring to our attention?
No, unless you've got any questions. It's just updating on everything, just saying that we're in the process of committing to some of the funds that were approved last time. And unless you've got any questions, there's nothing really that I need to highlight particularly.
No, I don't see any questions from the committee. Do we note the report and its recommendations?
Noted.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Thank you very much. Item 11, the draft 21-22 pension fund annual report, which is also attached as an appendix. Bridget?
Again, this is the draft annual report and statement of accounts, which is still being audited at the moment. Unless you've got any questions, we're There is a delegation at the moment, which still stands to the Director of Finance to take forward completing this report and publishing by the 1st of December. It will still come back to November's meeting, but this is the current state of the report.
Well, I'd suggest if panel members spot anything, have going through it more at their leisure, spot things that they think should be brought to Bridget's attention, to drop an email, and that way, we can have a more updated or corrected version to look at in November, and get things done more quickly if the panel is agreeable to that.
Agreed.
So we agree to
Great.
note the report.
Noted. Agreed.
Thank you very much. Takes us to item 12, everybody's favourite item, date of next meeting, because it means we've completed our business.
Yes, we're
As
finished.
indicated, the next meeting is the 24th of November. Thank you everybody for your forbearance and assistance this evening, and look forward to seeing you in November.